Have you ever done a science experiment and wondered what it'd be like if you did it big? I have. My name is Phil, and I take your everyday science experiments and do them big. This is Science Max, Experiments at Large. Science Max! This episode of Science Max is all about elastic energy. We use it to build a catapult and a paddle wheel boat, and then we max them out. We even learned some history. Elastic energy. Today on Science Max, Experiments at Large. Welcome to Science Max Experiments at Large. I'm Phil McCordick, and today we're going to be building one of the most devastating, one of the most powerful machines known to medieval man, using a plastic spoon, among other things. We're going to be building a catapult. Catapults were used throughout history for all kinds of reasons to throw all kinds of things, but mostly big stone blocks at castle walls in order to knock them down. Here's what you need in order to build your own catapult. You need elastics, pencils, unsharpened is fine, plastic spoons, like I said, and popsicle sticks. Popsicle sticks. I'm gonna go wash my hand. So, here's the science behind what we're doing today. It's all about elastic force. Elasticity is a property of solid materials, like this elastic, and how much they tend to return to their original shape when deformed, like when I pull on it. Elastics are called elastics because they're great at doing just that. You can pull on it and pull on it and pull on it, and it'll, always return to its original shape. So we are using the power of elastic force today. Ow.
Now it's time for a Science Max quiz. Elasticity is the ability for a material to return to its original shape when deformed, like this or this. Which of these materials have elasticity? A rubber band, a pencil, or a rock? Haha! This is a trick question. The answer is all three. Most solid materials have elasticity. Nearly everything will deform a little and still be able to return to its original shape. It all depends on how much. This is a steel bar. This is an elastic band. And this is an ice cream sundae. We're not talking about ice cream sundaes now, though, so get that out of here. Good. Now, a steel bar and an elastic band both have elasticity. A steel bar can be stretched to 1% of its length and still spring back. A rubber band can be stretched 300% or more. The difference between the two is why we make balls out of rubber and buildings out of steel, because the other way around wouldn't be good for balls or buildings. This has been a Science Max quiz.
All right, let's build our catapult. The first step, take 4 pencils and stick your popsicle stick in between so you have 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. And then use your elastic to go around and around and around. That's why I like building things with elastics, because it makes it very fast to tie things together, because once you go around and you have it nice and tight, you just pop it over the end and voila, it stays together. And that is how you start making your frame. Put more pencils on that side and another popsicle stick on the other end, held on at the corners with more elastics. Then take even more elastics and put them right around the middle until you get this. I've added a few more elastics around the middle here, and that is where we're gonna get all of our elastic force. I think I have 6. The more you use, the better it's going to work. Take your popsicle stick, stick in between the elastics, and then start spinning it around. Here's the reason I use pencils and popsicle sticks, is because the pencils are a little bit longer, which allows you to twist the popsicle stick around in the middle and build up the elastic force. Now, because I'm twisting, the elastic force we're using here is called torsion, or twisting force. When you feel you have enough torsion, pull your popsicle stick down a little bit so it won't unwind on you, and you'll see that you have all kinds of elastic energy. Then take your spoon and stick it on the popsicle stick, and you can also break off the popsicle stick if you want to make sure it's the right length. And it works like that. To make the frame, you just need more pencils and elastics. The trick is to make a triangle with 2 pencils attached to your frame. They should stick up right where your catapult arm would be fully upright. Then, take a final pencil and put it across the top. Don't forget to pull the arm back before you put the pencil across, otherwise it'll end up on the wrong side. Now, this is very complicated and I went pretty fast, so if you want the step-by-step instructions on exactly how to build this, go to our website. And there you go, a catapult of your very own that you can use to knock down very small castle walls. I've also built a larger catapult using all of the same principles. Pretty good, huh? It's got a longer arm, which means I can throw marshmallows even further. Whoa. Or I can throw larger marshmallows, or I can throw very large marshmallows. Whoa. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Phil, is that the largest catapult you're gonna make? Well, of course not. This is Science Max, experiments at large. I'm headed to the Center for Skills Development and Training, and we're gonna max out the catapult so that it's big enough to throw one of these. Hey, Zach.
Hey, Phil.
How you doing?
All right.
This is Zach. He's a mechanical engineer, and you build machines for a living, right?
That's right.
Great, because I need help building a catapult.
Okay, but what's with the pumpkin?
Now, the pumpkin is what I want to throw out of the catapult. See, I figure we just take the small design and we just make it so that we can throw one of these. What do you think?
You're gonna need a really big catapult.
Yeah, and I'm also gonna need some really big elastics. Where do you get those?
Well, in medieval times, they used rope to make large catapults.
Oh, okay, well, rope is a lot easier to get, and that would be fine. And I want to make this arm as long as this piece of wood here.
This is gonna be a huge catapult.
It's a huge catapult. I guess we should build it outside, though, huh?
Let's do it.
Okay, it's over that way.
Okay.
I'll follow you.
Sure, do you want a hand with that?
No, I'm fine. You go ahead, and
Okay.
I'll just, maybe if you hold the door open for me, I could just hold, no, you know what, you go and I'll meet you.
You sure you're good?
Our full-size catapult is going to look a lot like the popsicle stick version. We start with a 4-sided frame and add some legs on the bottom. Our spoon is going to be replaced by a long throwing arm with a basket on the end. Then we need a really strong cross brace at the top to stop the arm. Just like in the small version, using a triangle shape is the best because triangles are very strong. Finally, we need something to wind around and around, which is going to give us our elastic force. Instead of elastics, we're going to be using rope for our catapult because rope has just the right amount of elasticity. But unlike medieval times, we're going to be catapulting pumpkins. Once Zach and I got it all put together, it looked like this. Okay, we have built a catapult. Check it out. It's pretty solid, and I think it's pretty amazing. And just like in the small catapult, we have our elastic force. But this time we're using rope, right, Zach?
Yes.
Okay, and rope will work as well as the elastic did in the small one?
Yeah.
All right, great. So what do? It's really loose now.
We need to wind this up so that we put some tension into it.
Go!
The reason a catapult works is because the rope is twisted. The elasticity in the rope wants to unwind, which gives the catapult its power. Just like the small catapult, the more you wind it, the better it works.
Good. Usually in medieval days, they had whole teams of people doing this job, but it's just me and Zach now. How you doing, Zach?
All right.
Okay. And then we clamp it on here. So the thing doesn't unwind, right?
Yeah.
Good. All right, now we have our pumpkin, and we're gonna fire our pumpkin in our castle wall, which is made out of cardboard boxes over there. Pumpkin. All right, here we go. Pulling the arm back. Oh, that elastic force is pretty strong.
Okay. How do you think that pumpkin's a good size?
Oh, it's pretty big.
You think?
Oh, a little too big.
It's too big for our basket.
Yeah.
Smaller pumpkin! Smaller pumpkin! I'll hold this. No rush, Zach. No rush. Okay, rush, Zach. Can't hold.
Oh, yeah.
Can't hold arm. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3! It didn't work that well.
No, not quite that well.
Yeah, so
Let's see.
it went and it flew and it landed here, which is a little farther away from the wall than I'd like it to be. 1/3 of the way to the wall! I don't know if that's enough. What do we do to make it better?
Well, the way we're throwing it right now, we just have the pumpkin in at the end of the arm. But
Yeah.
if we make some kind of a sling so that we fling it as we're bringing it up.
We make a sling?
Yes.
All right, I don't know how to make a sling, but you know how?
Sure.
All right, we'll make it and then you can explain how it works.
Yeah.
All right, good. Let's put the pumpkin over here. We'll recycle it later.
Max Historica.
Good morrow to you. I am Lord Fillington III, and welcome to my medieval castle.
Throughout history, lords and kings have built castles and walls to keep people out. I built my castle to protect my prize collection of snow globes. I have so very many, and they're all mine. Ha ha! Oh, hello! You down there! You can't come in. This is my castle.
And throughout history, there have been people who've been wanting to get into those castles because Lord Fillington has been hogging all the snow globes, and I'd like to look at them. But the hard part is figuring out how to get into the castle, because I can't just come up to the wall and start hammering on it. Huh?
Taste the wrath of my water balloon!
Because if I get too close to the castle, he can get me.
Ha 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 ha! Fortunately, there's this thing called a catapult.
Oh, fiddlesticks. They have a catapult.
What you do is you put something heavy in the end here, and the catapult fires it at the walls of the castle, knocks them down, all from far enough away that the people in the castle can't get to you. Ah! Oh, I surrender! Don't knock my walls down! It'll take me all week to fix them. Oh. All right, you can have a snow globe. And that's how catapults were used in history. Oh, so beautiful.
Back to our maxed out catapult. Our first design threw a pumpkin just like it was supposed to, except it only threw it 1/3 of the way to the wall. Now Zach and I are planning to outfit the catapult with a sling. The sling attaches to the end of the throwing arm and gives the pumpkin a lot more distance to travel. Because the pumpkin is traveling a longer distance in the same amount of time, it will be going faster, which will hopefully get it to the wall, or at least a lot farther than before.
So we built this sling. How does this work, Zach?
Well, we've got one end tied here.
Yeah.
And then we put the pumpkin in here.
Wait. Okay, pulling arm down. Pulling arm down. Okay, yeah, now what?
Now we put the pumpkin in here.
Put the pumpkin in there.
Yeah. And we loop this over the back of the, over that. As the throwing arm goes up, this will slide off the back of the throwing arm and it will release the pumpkin.
All right, you're the expert. I believe you. Let's try it out. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Whoa. Okay. That works really well. You know what the problem is, though? We still don't have enough oomph.
Yeah, it needs more power.
So what do we do? I don't know if we can crank that rope anymore.
I think we're at the limit of our rope power, but if we added some more elastic.
I thought we weren't going to use elastic.
Well, we used elastics in our small demo model, so what if we use some more?
We have elastics? I don't know
yeah,
if we
brought
have...
some in here just in case.
What's this?
It's surgical tubing.
It's like a giant elastic. Well, I guess this is elastic force. So do we twist it around at the bottom there?
Well, we just wrap it around the throwing arm like this.
Oh, I see. So we tie it here.
Yeah, we just need a lot more, and then...
And then we pull this, and it would be... Oh, yeah, that would make a lot more. So we just need a lot more of this elastic... What is this again?
Surgical tubing.
Surgical tubing. It's like a giant elastic. Fantastic. All right.
Goggles on.
Goggles on. Yes.
another fun way you can play with elastic force. Take a milk carton. I prefer Science Max Milk because it's the creamiest. 2% cream, 100% science. Wrap some elastic bands around it with some popsicle sticks on the bottom, sort of like feet. Then take some clamshell packaging, which wraps just about anything you buy nowadays, and cut out a square or a rectangle. Then wrap some tape around that square with an elastic in it and put the elastic on the feet of your milk carton. Then wind it around and make sure you go backwards so your paddle wheel boat will go forwards when you put it in the water. And there you go, a paddle wheel boat. Now it is time to max it out. Ahoy, the SS maxed out elastic force paddle wheel boat mattress. I need a better name. But I've made a giant paddle wheel boat that will work on elastic force because I've got surgical tubing as my elastics, and that's an air mattress. And then I use some lumber to hold it all together. And of course I need a paddle wheel, and what better thing to use in a pool than a flutterboard. Okay, here we go. So normally you're not allowed to wear your clothes and your shoes in the pool, but I got special permission because of science. Besides, I'm not worried at all, so I didn't wear my swimming outfit because I figure I can totally do this entire experiment without even getting wet. That is how confident I am. All right, now the tricky part, we'll be getting onto the mattress. Okay, here we go. Ha-ha! Whoa. Ha-ha! The SS Science! Hey, SS Science, that's a great name for this. Look, it works great, and I managed to stay totally dry. Huh? Well, almost. Whoa, oh, oh. Haha, you thought I was gonna fall in the pool, but I didn't. Uh-oh. My flutterboard has stopped moving, and I'm in the middle of the pool. Almost. Yeah. Didn't think this through. No. 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 No, that's not going to work. Maybe I'll wait. Our maxed out catapult was working well with the sling we attached to it, but it still didn't make it all the way to the wall. Zach's idea is to attach a bunch of surgical tubing to the cross piece of the catapult. Surgical tubing is pretty much big elastics, so we'll have two places we're getting elastic force from, the rope and the surgical tubing. Hopefully this design is enough to help our catapult fling a pumpkin far enough to hit the castle wall. All right, here we go. You hold that. I get this. We got our system down now. Okay. This goes up to there. Okay. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Nope. 1, 2, 3. Oh! It went too far. It went too far. That's so good. Oh man. Right. Okay, so all we gotta do is move the catapult back. So you get that side, I'll get this side, and we'll move the catapult. See, now our catapult is too good. We gotta back it away from the castle. All right, let's go again. Aha, pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Pulling arm back.
Pulling arm back. Grunting.
Loading. Pumpkin. Hooking rope on arm.
Hooking rope on arm. More grunting.
More grunting. Pulling back strongly. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Oh. Oh, wow. Woo.
We're inside the castle.
We're still inside the castle. Oh, man. It's an excellent shot, though. So what do we do? Move the catapult back?
Yeah.
Move the catapult back! What about
here?
here? Here we go again. Pumpkin!
Pumpkin.
Loading arm.
Load an arm.
All right, you ready? You think it's gonna work? We've done every modification we can possibly do. So you think it's gonna work this time?
We did it. It's gonna work.
Okay, here we go. I'm excited. All right, ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3. Whoa! Yeah! Woohoo! High fives! Well, there you have it. Awesome job. Now we need to throw fingers to see who gets to rebuild the castle. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Oh, thanks very much for joining us. Let's take a break. I'll rebuild the castle. You see, this is exactly how catapults used to work. They'd hit the same part of the wall over and over until they made a big hole, and that would weaken the wall. Fortunately for me, it's really easy to fix. Just put this right in here. Oh, man.
Have you ever done a science experiment and wondered what it'd be like if you did it big? I have.
Yeah!
My name is Phil, and I take your everyday science experiments and do them big. This is Science Max, experiments at large. Science Max! Today's episode is about friction.
How can I hang onto this rope without falling?
Can we reduce it so we can slide around?
I'm going towards the wall!
Can we increase it so I can climb a wall?
I did it!
Can I use it to fly? Yep. Friction, today on Science Max Experiments at Large.
Hey, Science Maximites, slippery. But that's okay, because today we're talking about friction. Friction is a force that is everywhere and happens when any one thing rubs against any other thing. We do lots of things to increase friction, like wear shoes with big treads on them. And we can do things to reduce friction, like the experiment we're doing today. We're gonna build a hover disc, and it's very easy. You take some cardboard and cut it into a circle, just like this. Then put a hole in the middle of the circle. You might want an adult to help you with that. And then take a plastic drink bottle cap, like this. I like use the ones that you get on sport bottles because they have a little nozzle that pops open or closed. And then you glue it around the circle and you get this. Then you need a balloon. So you blow up your balloon. I know you know that step. And then twist the balloon so it doesn't get away from you. When it's nice and twisted, you can stick it over the drink bottle cap like this, and then untwist it. And this is why I like to use the plastic drink bottle caps that come from sport bottles, because you can open it when you want. And when you do, your disc rides on a cushion of air, reducing the friction with the table, and it's almost like it's sliding on ice. You can also use CDs if you want to do a different design. Just make sure you're using CDs you never want to listen to again. Now, if any of this is too fast, don't worry. You can always go to the Science Max website, where we have all of the instructions. And now, it's time to max it out. We're going to see if we can make a human-sized, rideable, low-friction hover disc. I'm going to the Ontario Science Centre, where hopefully I have an expert that can help me. Door is stuck. I think there's a little bit too much friction with it. No. That's got it.
Oh no, this isn't the Science Center. Did I go back in time again?
Oh. It is the Science Center. Helena, hi.
Hey, Phil. You're here to see the hover disc.
Yes, please.
All right, come on, right this way.
So I made one in the lab,
that works pretty great. It's on cardboard and it has a balloon. The one you have here works on the same principle?
Yeah, it does. But you know what? My friend Russell has some ideas about making something like this, but even bigger.
Do you think we can make one big enough to ride?
Maybe, yeah.
All right, well, let's take a look at the one you have here. Oh, I see. Right, this one works the same as the one I made. It's really hard to move the disc, but if you add some air, it floats like a dream.
There we go.
Great, so let's ride it.
Whoa, Phil, not this one, the one upstairs. You can ride that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Should we bring this one just in case?
No, it's a little heavy. I think we can leave it there.
What if we need it for reference?
No, I'm sure we'll be okay.
It is pretty heavy.
Yeah,
but...
come on, let's go. Russell's made it.
Are you sure we won't need
I'm
it?
positive.
Okay, but if we have to come back, I get to say I told you so.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, Ramona, you change your hair? Yeah, it's nice. It's like doing this now. Because but now it's, yeah, I like it. You should give me the name of your guy, because I wanted to, hey, oh, hey, how are you? You ever think to yourself, no matter what I do, I can't seem to get anywhere. I can't get enough traction? Well, you, my friend, need some more friction. Which one of these two shoes has more friction? Take a closer look. Huh? Right, bam. This one doesn't have a lot of treads. It doesn't have a lot of friction. But this one, it's got metal spikes on the bottom. This is called a cleat, and the spikes are for helping you grip onto the grass when you're playing soccer or golf, increasing its friction. Why do you think skis are smooth on the bottom? Come on, look at that. It's so smooth and glidey. My hand I can barely even touch the surface. It just slides right off. It's sort of glidey and smooth. They're smooth to help you glide across the snow, reducing their friction. Why doesn't this box slide down this ramp? Friction. This roller skate has wheels. Wheels reduce friction. But when I push the roller skate, how come it doesn't just keep rolling forever and ever and ever and ever? And going all the way around the world and writing a memoir. Say it with me. Friction. Louder. Friction. Can't hear you. Friction. Little too loud. Friction. Ease it back. Friction. How can I hang onto this rope without falling? Friction. How can I jump down on the floor without falling over? Friction. And now you know your friction. Your friction. Your friction. Come on. Uh-oh. Oh, Ramona, the friction sign is broken. Reset. Uh-oh.
The plan is to take our small hover disc and make one big enough to ride. So I'm off with Helena to another part of the Science Center to meet Russell, who has some ideas on how we can do it.
Oh, hey, Russell.
Hey, hi, Helena. Hey, Phil.
How you doing, Russell?
How you doing, Phil?
So this is the hover disc.
This is our small hover disc, yes.
How does it work?
Well, obviously you sit on here,
right.
Air will go into here. It gets vented through all these separate holes here, so we get an airflow over the entire area. Hopefully this will work to pick someone up. All we need is...
Air.
Oh, well, that's easy, because the small one worked like this, so we just put the balloon on, right?
I hope you got the pump.
Okay, so we put the balloon on the... hold on. Larger balloon!
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. Uh-oh, twist it so it doesn't...
He's losing his air.
Okay, all right. On you get.
You grab
Right.
one side, I'll grab the other.
Okay, here we go.
Go. It doesn't
Feel way too much
It doesn't
friction
feel
on
like
No.
it still feels pretty frictiony. I think we might need something more than a balloon. So what do we do?
Well, I think we need more consistent air going through here.
Okay. So not a balloon.
Not a balloon, something, I don't know, opposite to a vacuum cleaner?
Opposite to a vacuum cleaner. That would be
Like a leaf blower.
Like a leaf blower.
a leaf blower.
Right?
High five.
Yeah.
Awesome idea.
Yeah, leaf
so
blower it is.
why don't we make a couple larger discs when we'll hook some leaf blowers to them and we'll see what happens.
Definitely give it a go.
Okay, great. Carbon is an atom and is the basic building block of all life as we know it. You, me, all plants, all animals are carbon-based life forms. Other things are made of carbon too. Diamonds are carbon, coal is carbon, even pencil lead isn't lead, it's graphite, which is carbon. If you were to take all the carbon atoms in your body, you could fill 9,000 pencils. Of course, kind of prefer my carbon where it is. Our low-friction hover disc still had way too much friction. One of the problems that Russell mentioned is that the balloon just wasn't giving enough air. But then Helena had the idea of using a leaf blower instead. The plan now is to make a leaf blower powered disc by starting with a big circle of wood, cutting a hole in the wood where the air will come through, and then covering the bottom with a tarp that has many holes cut out of it for the air to escape. Because leaf blowers are made to push lots of air, hopefully there'll be enough for me to ride it.
Well, this is the business. Look at this.
That's amazing.
It's good, right?
Oh, yeah, I love the
So-
tube. You know, high volume of air through that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a dryer vent I just found it in the lab. And then this, of course, is leaf blower. So I get on here, and then Helena, if you want to turn it on.
Yeah.
So once we fire it up, the air coming out from the bottom of the disc raises me up, and I float on a cushion of air.
I can't control it!
Because the friction between the disc and the floor is so low, I end up floating wherever Helena and Russell push me.
I'm going towards the wall!
It's like human air hockey. Okay. It's a bit unstable. Do you want to turn it off?
Wow, that worked amazing.
Not too much control, though.
I have no control whatsoever.
Yeah, no.
But this is great. So so we have the no friction down pat. I feel we need some way to actually move.
Well, something to push you along. I was thinking as you're going, like, you need like a broom or something.
A broom. Okay, yeah. What if we do like something low friction, like a broom, and something high friction, like that we could really sort of stick on the ground?
Yeah.
That works for me.
And then we could build two of them, and we would have two discs and two ways of moving them.
Are we gonna race?
And we can race! Yeah! Okay,
Yeah.
that's what we're gonna do. Here is an experiment you can do at home with friction. This is a toy boat. Yes, you guessed that right. And this is a wooden plank. Correct, that's 2 for 2. I put the boat on the ramp and watch what happens. Nothing! The reason why is because the friction between the boat and the ramp is enough to counteract the force of gravity trying to pull it down. But watch what happens if I raise the ramp to the right height, the boat slides down because the friction isn't enough and gravity pulls it down. But when we change surfaces to this carpet, let's see what happens. Same angle, I can raise it higher, 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 because there's more friction between the carpet and the boat than there was between the wood and the boat. Now, if you're thinking that we're just gonna do it with a small ramp, you're wrong. Because of course we're gonna max it out. Hey, Helena.
Hey.
This is amazing.
Thanks, I made it myself.
Wow.
Ready to climb it?
Absolutely. Here we go.
Way to go.
Huh? No problem. So that was very easy.
Well, that's probably because the friction from your shoes is high enough so you don't slip.
Right, and the friction from my clothes is much lower, which is why I could slide down.
Right.
So how do we make it more difficult?
We'd probably have to make it higher.
All right, let's make it higher. With the ramp at a steeper angle, I'll need more friction to climb up. All right,
Ready?
I'm totally ready. Here I go. Whoa! You try.
Okay, hold my drink. Here we go. Ooh.
Oh, so clearly
We are not getting enough friction between our shoes and the ramp at this angle.
We should add some carpet, because carpet would add some more friction between our shoes and the ramp.
All right, let's add carpet. Sorry, here's your drill.
Thanks.
All right, carpet.
Yeah?
Same angle.
Yes.
And why have we done this?
More friction.
More friction. Let's give it a try.
Hey, way to go.
Totally able to climb the ramp. So, what do we do now to make it harder?
Make it higher.
Make it higher. Wow, it's really steep.
I don't think you're gonna make it.
Sure, if I take a really good run at it, I think I can do it.
I don't think so.
Well, there's one way to find out. No.
No.
Okay, so I can't do it. Is that it?
Well, how about Velcro,
Wow.
right? It'll give you more friction, so you can try climbing with this. We'll give you Velcro knee pads, Velcro shoes.
Velcro. Velcro handholds, Velcro knee pad, Velcro on my shoes, helmet for safety, Velcro fill, Velcro dance. Okay, you ready?
Ready?
All right, here we go. Ha-ha, I did it! Creating friction between me and this ramp means I can stay up here for as long as I... No. No, Velcro. No. No.
Phil, you okay?
Velcro! Friction! Your turn.
No.
Our hover disc worked well. So well that we decided to build another. If we have 2 hover discs, then we can race them using different kinds of friction to push them along. Something that has low friction, like a dust mop, and something that has higher friction, like a pole with rubber balls at the end. Rubber has great friction. That's why we make car tires and the treads of our shoes out of rubber.
Okay, we have a giant race course that we've set up. We've got 2 low-friction hover discs, and I'm gonna use the low-friction dust mop version to propel my hover disc. And Helena, what do you have?
I have the high-friction rubber ball stick.
Start your engines! On your marks, get set, and go!
And we're off. Remember, Helena and I are using very different methods to get our hover discs moving. I'm using a low-friction dust mop, and Helena is using high-friction rubber balls. As you can see, my low-friction dust mop doesn't make enough friction with the ground for me to push myself. Helena, on the other hand, is having no problems.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Go ahead! You can beat him! He's way back! Oh! Bit further! Bit further! He's way back for the win! It's the winner! Jake crosses the line!
Yes!
And then we have our winner. Yes! Over the finish line. It feels way back over there.
Oh, man.
I'm still stuck at the second turn. Way to go, Helena.
Thank
Nice.
you.
So what was the strategy? How did it work?
Well, pretty much while I was using those red balls, I was getting friction, helping me steer.
You know what? I think we need a little bit more thrust. That would work even better if we had something pushing us even harder.
Definitely.
Wait. I have an idea. Wait, hold. I need your help. Come on. I'm at iFly Toronto indoor skydiving to talk to you about friction. That's Mike. He's gonna help me out. Okay, here we go.
Unfortunately, we can't hear what Phil is saying because there's too much wind. It looks like he's trying to tell us something about the friction. Yes, he's saying the friction from the air rushing up in the chamber is enough to counteract the force of gravity, which is why he's able to float or swim or whatever he's doing. Now it looks like he might be saying even something like air can have a lot of friction if it's going fast enough. And the air in this chamber is going fast, which is why we can't hear a word he's saying. Oh well, he seems to be having fun. important is friction? Well, let's say I'm out for a drive. Car tires need friction to grip onto the road. Without it, my car wouldn't be able to turn at all. But that's nothing. Without friction, the bolts holding the wheels on the car wouldn't work. In fact, none of the bolts, screws, or glue on the car would work, and nothing would stop moving or stick to anything else. Even the trees would blow away with the slightest breeze. Friction is everywhere, and without it, nothing would work.
Okay, hover disc race round 2. This time we decided to have a little bit more thrust, so Helen and I are going to be using fire extinguishers. Now, do not use fire extinguishers at home. Fire extinguishers have a very important purpose, and it's not for this, but we've got these ones special. Are you ready, Helena?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Russell?
So, racers, start your engines. And go!
Using fire extinguishers gives us a lot of thrust. But because the discs we're riding on don't have any friction, wherever we point ourselves, we just keep going in that direction, which makes steering very difficult. Cars grip onto the road and can go around corners thanks to the friction of their wheels. When you have no friction, it's kind of like moving on an ice rink.
Oh, no! I'm out! Yeah! High five! Yeah! High five! Yeah! Okay, wait. Oh, I ran out of fire extinguisher at the end there, so I had to cheat a little bit. So 1 for you, 1 for me, and all of them for friction.
Or the lack of friction.
Or the lack of friction. Science Max, experiments at large. What do we do next? Larger fire extinguishers?
I think so.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
See you next time. I know where we can get some, actually. We can go, if we go to the fire extinguisher store where we got these fire extinguishers, we can get like a rack.
Science Max is a show where we take small experiments and do them big. If you want to try these experiments yourself, go to our website for instructions. But not all the experiments on Science Max are the kind you should try at home. This one, yes. This, no. Try this, don't try this. A big yes, a big no. I don't know how you could possibly do this one at home. And remember, if you're ever not sure, ask an adult. Thanks for watching Science Max Experiments at Large. Carbon is an atom that is the basic building block of all life as we know it. Me, I hit myself in the head with the friction sign. That's more of an impact, not friction, really. How can you destroy my life anymore? Set, huh?